goals, 9 to 14.
Go your goal kickers.
The goal kickers low. Beveridge to no chase to StKilda. Obviously, look at the Sydney Swans with Lockett out to 6-4 in that quarter. O'Brien and Mooney a couple each. Kelly Grant, O'Loughlin and Huskus 1 each.
Roll.
Today's match is part
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Kernahan has 5 goals and the Blues look safely home against Adelaide. It's 12.
Come to 2 lines.
Gary Ablett has 6 goals. These are 3/4 time scores for Geelong. They're 8-10 to 6-7, so that's a big quarter for the Cats.
Have to come back to us for a moment.
So
come through.
6 there. Nick Holland has a couple.
Tell me when you're ready.
Set.
Progressive score,
This is a
Collingwood.
progressive score, by the way, at the MCG, and Collingwood are going well. They lead North Melbourne 13-10 to 11 goals. Remember, they led Carlton by a nice little margin in the 3rd quarter.
Stand by, Dip.
A few weeks ago before being run over, but this time they've stretched a narrow lead at half-time. So there's some good games there. That is a progressive. Dibber, how
15 to the siren.
From Sydney's point of view.
Spot on, Bruce, as we said at half-time. The skill level picked up as it did that quarter. I mean, it was just sensational. Long kicking out of the middle. And of course, as Don Scott said, Stafford in the middle doing quite well. And that man Lockett, I mean, if you give him an opportunity, he'll kick those great goals. But Stan Howes, I mean, I've heard coaches talk for the last 3 years, quarter by quarter. He's just asked his players just a couple of simple things. Guts and determination. He doesn't mind going down, but he wants to go down fighting. And that's all he asks his players to do. Have a red hot go.
2. One take.
I remember John Kennedy saying exactly the same thing to us. 3/4 time when it looked like it was hopeless, as long as you show a little bit of spirit.
2 take, here we go. Rucks now.
Final term about to commence at Waverley Park, 8-9 to 14-8. Sydney with an 8-goal 3rd quarter.
One take.
They had a couple of easy shots. Everett back on the ball. Dyson after it. Everett with him.
2 take.
Tries to get the handball across to Brown.
One take.
Didn't go fast.
2 take.
Well done was leg. Got the handball.
1 take.
Daniels was
2 take. Play on. 1 take. 2 take.
Keogh finally gets the first a really effective kick of the quarter.
1 take.
To half-forward.
2 take. 3 will be to Smith. Finding 4 already. 4. 1 instead. 1 take. 4. 4 take. Kick will be on 4. Looks to the lead. 1 take.
He's wasted the ball a couple of times.
2 take.
Goes quickly, low the target, stab.
1 take. 2 take. Play on. 1 take. 2 take.
The kick knocked.
1 take.
Creswell's got a bit of a panic. Smith the
2 take.
Puts the pressure on. Creswell gets his kick and luffs to
1 take. 2 take.
His man on Keogh, no. Decides to raise.
1 take. Stay there 4.
Pickett waits. Can't get.
2 take.
Kelly brings him to ground.
1 take. 2 take. 1 take.
Back towards Daniels. Sydney holding up O'Brien. Still play on.
2 take. Ready 4. 4 take. It's Creswell after that clash.
It's Creswell after that clash. He's picking himself up.
I wonder who ran into him.
Ginger.
2 take.
He's put a couple down today, Keogh. One was Shannon Grant.
1 take. 2 take. 1 take.
He's all right.
2 take. Play on. 1 take. 2 take. 1 take. 2 take. Short. 1 take. Ready 4 maybe.
Running back. Grant holds him up.
Have to stay with 1 here. 2 take. Short again.
Goes out that way.
1 take.
Clean. Stop start.
2 take. Short squares. 1 take.
Just a
3 I wouldn't use you. 3. Might not. He's off. 2 take. 4 take. 2 take. Just stay where you are. 3.
Very long. Right at the top
1
of the square.
1 take.
And marks.
2 take.
Stafford
1 take. 2 take.
Just to come out wide. Kicks to a 50-50.
1 take.
Seymour. Turns trying to
2 take. Play on. 1 take. 2 take.
Terrific.
1 take. Go back to the play. 3. 2 take.
Tries to kick on the outside of his
1 take.
Ball falls short and Kelly
Jesus, good.
in front.
3 take.
Marks.
Kick on 3.
Kelly Super.
Watch Lockett.
2
There
take.
he goes, the big fella. It's a big high kick. Lockett's got a
1
bit of a set
take.
here. Almost pulls it down.
2 take.
Maxfield
Smothered.
quickly
1 take.
the
2
ball
take.
to
1 take.
Crawford runs hard.
2 take. Play on.
Under pressure. Neil.
1 take.
Towards Daniels. And Daniels has to sit and wait. This Roos closes.
2
Almost
take.
gets hold of him and then spins around and gives the
1 take. Tight 4. 2 take.
Now chips to Joel Smith.
1 take.
Almost up to
2
centre
take.
wing. Got some
4 take.
space
2
right
take.
away on the left. Good looking kick to Peckett.
1 take. 2 take. Play on.
Decision. I feel
1 take.
Come back though to Whitmark.
It's going back to the mark. 2 take.
Bring it back because Pickett really wasn't
1 take. Ready 4. 4 take. Kick on 4. 2 take. Short.
Low the target.
One take.
Big fly came in the back by Dudley.
Two take, play on. One take. Two take, short.
The chip.
One take.
It sits now. He takes
Two take, three take. Two take.
Kicks to Lockett. He's got it.
One take.
Play on. Garner turns his
Two
man
take.
inside out.
Play on.
Then
Three.
goes to the pocket. Not
One.
a good kick.
One take.
Getting back Burt. Little handball to Neil.
Two take, short.
Creeping in. Neil.
Out the full.
Don Cross down. Injury report.
Okay, I'll come to you in a moment. Going to Dipper shortly, Terry.
Ready, Don.
Okay. Two.
Oh, so if you nearly missed the goal, you might as well call it a goal.
Disagree.
One take.
Centre wing.
Two take, play on. One.
Free kick to Grant, not paid.
Take, two take.
Quickly onto the boot, back towards full forward.
One take, good mark.
Well done, Neil.
Actually, Neil's been playing very well. He started
Two
with
take,
Sydney,
play on.
get his
One
opportunity
take.
up there, formerly of Canberra.
Two take.
Really has come to the fore since going down
One
to
take,
Southampton.
two take.
Danger here for the Saints again.
One
Lockett.
take. Two take, play on.
Runs at it. Now gets the ball.
One take.
To Brown. Tony Brown.
Two
Bouncing
take,
through the
four
middle.
take. Two take.
Wants low. Goes in that player's direction.
One take,
Three
two
on
take,
one
play
go.
on. One take.
Been very good at this one.
Two
To get
take.
that extra player back. Eustace
One
tries to
take.
Brown. It goes to Smith.
Two
Smith
take.
gets some support.
One take,
Really
two
has a
take,
lot to
short.
do with it. Then just unloads it quickly.
One take.
Dudley almost controls it. Now he can.
Two take.
Kicks out very wide to Garlick.
One take.
Pressed by Jones.
Two take. One take. Two take.
Taps it to himself and kicks it to
One take. Two take.
He's off.
Four.
Bartlett on for some
Four
Kilda.
take.
He's down
Standing
there.
over the goal line.
Two take. Four take. Go for it. Replay.
And Everett well within kicking distance.
Haven't forgotten your Dipper.
Right on, mate.
Well, back in the goal square, you would say there are
Is this a break?
Commercially.
6 Swans to 3 StKilda players.
Two take.
If he doesn't kick it, the numbers will beat them, but it's a beautiful
Four
kick.
take. One take. Commercial. Four take. Three
Kicked 2 goals,
take.
3 last
One
week to Peter Everett.
take. Four.
On the ball for the first half, then was down.
Over the pass and the kick.
Go for it.
Just didn't work with McCollum
Here's the mark
in
coming.
ruck. Everett has done this well today, and that is dropping
15.
down the forward line, putting the pressure on Stafford.
Now the kick.
Incoming roll.
10,
If Stafford's
9,
going to help
8,
the other
7,
defenders.
No super.
6, 5, 4,
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. We're
We're
back.
back.
18 of the 23 goals
One
in
take.
this match have been kicked to the right of screen.
Two take. Play on. One take. Two take.
I'm not sure if it's a true
One take.
Crawford's kick.
Two
to
take.
Lockett,
One
to
take.
O'Brien, he takes Shanahan
Two take.
on, well played, hooks it back, good
One
kick to the
take.
square, Rocker
Forward.
and Wakeland through from behind. And then
Just see Rocker there,
Three.
he's come on, and Mooney's
Three
on.
takes. Dipper's got an injury report.
Kelly won the toss and did kick to the right. Dipper, an injury report.
Yes, Darren Creswell came off the ground before and looks like he's either done his
Two
AC
take
joint or dislocated shoulder.
One take.
Creswell off now. Dipper, 18 out of 23 goals at one end. There's no breezes.
Three
No
take.
breeze whatsoever.
Thank you.
One
Kelly on
take.
the mark.
Two take.
Keogh kicks into the centre.
One take. Two take. Play on. One take and two takes. Gone to the Saints, which happens on the ground still.
Saints could get the next
One
one. There's
take.
just
Got a replay of the incident.
Well, there is just
Go for it.
Just get used to the footy now.
let's have a look.
Get it. Two take.
The ball like this.
One take.
You lose players.
Two take. One take. Two take.
Neil to half forward.
One take. Two take. Play on. One take.
Like he did in the third against Fremantle.
Two take. Play on.
Gave it up. Dyson to Doreen. Doreen.
One take.
Garlick's been good all day.
Take
hasn't he?
three.
Takes it at half
Three
back.
take. Kick will be on three.
Garlic super.
Sydney will go on
No.
this game.
Two take.
He's 21st
Short.
position. It's not his best.
One take.
Finds
Two
a
take.
Has been lively across
One
half.
take.
Maxfield.
Two take. Short again. One take. Two take. Play on. One take.
Harvey. Caught.
Two take.
Unloads it.
One take is a go. Three take. Two take. Three take. Two take. One take. Two take.
Watch the goals. And kicks.
Right across out in the fly, I think. One take. Three.
Unbelievable.
Three take.
Kept going.
One in a moment. One take. Kick will be on one. Two take. Short.
Comes back.
One take.
To Pickett. Right at centre half back.
Stay with one here. Looking to do
Now,
something.
must be called to play on. He went to play on with his hands. The umpire
Two take. Short.
goes out to Wakeland.
One take.
So half back flank.
Two take.
Breaks away. Kicks it long.
One take.
Class 4, in fact.
Two take, play on.
Keeps his
One
feet.
take.
Kelly's in after him, sockers it off the ground.
Two take, play on. One take.
Yep.
Two take.
His chance.
One take. Four take.
Uses his
Two
pace.
take.
Wants
Squares
the
it.
centre of the ground.
One take. Two take.
In the square by himself.
Four take. One take. Four take. He's going to mark it now. Go for the replay now. Replay.
He would have blown time off.
It's a decision thing, isn't it? I mean, by the time the ball gets there, it does take 3 or 4
Is this a break?
seconds.
Yes, go.
Players can cover 30 or 40 metres in that time. Given a trotting
Is
start.
this a break,
Still
Sharon?
go with 3
Yes, it
goals.
is.
Right.
And kicking for 40
Two takes.
He missed one in the third quarter, which was important.
Oh, I missed that too. I think one take.
He's missed that.
Yes, I hate to say it, but
Four take.
another miss.
Ready. Other
Bit of
golf
goal would
with
have
three.
been also handy.
One take.
Still a big margin, but
Doesn't matter.
another one or two.
Two take short.
Just tighten a little.
One take.
Dyson gets it short from direct.
Two take.
Dyson's kick. Out
One
wide.
take.
Everett
Two
goes
take, play
home.
on.
Well done.
One take.
Having a big last quarter. In
Two
terms of
take.
possessions. Misses Everett.
One take.
Seymour can run away from him here.
Two take. Squares
Kicks
it.
the ball into the centre. Not
One
that
take.
good, McLean.
Two
Back
take.
to Burke. Quick kick. Some mistakes creeping in here.
One take.
Bartlett keeps his eye. That was
Oh,
a great
almost a
contest.
mark.
Crawford and Bartlett both
Three.
well done.
Three take. Diamond's got him three.
Little replay back.
Two take.
He's got a man loose in the pocket. He goes
One.
in now
One take.
to Brown. He was almost off.
Two stay where you are. Two take.
Had a
Four.
little slip. Goes back.
Four take.
Crawford hurt himself
Replay the
too
mark,
when he
ready.
did
Go for it.
that mark
It's a
with
replay of the mark.
Where we,
Crawford
knocked the
three.
line out of
He's
his
in that
cells
mark
and
with
his
Barnsley.
not Barnsley.
Ready one.
Yeah.
Ready
Out
one.
super.
One. Hang on. Hang on.
Brown.
One take. It's Crawford. Four take. Okay.
Commercial
Two take.
Anyway,
Okay.
the Saints have got him. Must go. He's got
Four take. One take. Commercial. Four take. Three.
10,
Three take.
9.
One take.
Replay from the crash and then the mark.
41 the Saints.
Four take. Go for it.
It's
It's a replay of the mark.
there is where he knocked the wind out of his sails.
15.
Bartley gets up, finds Tony Brown.
10,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're
We're
back.
back.
The Saints have got
One
to
take.
23 points now. The next goal, ball out
Two
the centre,
take.
very important.
One take.
Falls
Two
to
take.
Tyson. Kicks it forward.
One take.
Wakeland just fumbles it, crucial time, and gives it up in time.
Two take.
By Brian. Kick forward.
One take. Two take. Point.
Shanahan.
One
there,
take.
but only a point result.
Three on
So that
usually.
marks it to 24
Three take.
points. And Craig O'Brien.
Two take.
Point for the day.
One.
He's got to put his
One
body
take. Look
more
for
in the
a
centre,
Saints
not
lead on
reaching
three.
for that ball. He just doesn't want to make body contact at the centre bounce down.
Three take.
Matthew Young to bring it
One
back.
take. Two take.
Goes long.
Okay, thank you. One take. Two
He's
take.
lost
Play on.
favourites.
One take.
Kick it working hard in underneath. So's Burke. Crawford.
Tell me
there.
when the attendance super's ready, Don. Two take.
Very well in that situation. St
One.
Kilda to get it
One
to
take.
Brown.
Two take. Play on. One
Back inside
take.
to Harvey. He can run.
Two take. One take. Two take.
Now kicks in the low direction.
One take. Two take. Play on.
Dunkley.
One take. Two take.
Joel Smith out.
One take. Good mark. Two take. Ready. Four take.
Replay ready.
Go for it. Here's the mark.
He's got to do a little bit more around the ground. He's taken a couple of marks on the forward line today, McLean.